Kim Jong-un, well, he's signing the order to explode the device at the country's underground testing facility. And though the seismic activity is confirmed, many, including the United States, well, they're not really sure it was actually a hydrogen bomb, which would be stronger than uranium or plutonium. The UN Security Council condemned it today. The Pentagon already says there should be consequences. Here's what the White House had to say just moments ago.
Any kind of nuclear test, like the one that North Korea conducted last night, is provocative and a flagrant violation of United Nations Security Council resolutions, not just one, but any number of them. And based on reports of that nuclear test, both the United States and Japan called an emergency United Nations Security Council meeting. That meeting did recently conclude, and the result of that meeting was that additional measures against North Korea would be considered.
Well, North Korea had a busy year defying their enemy they call the warmongering United States. Back in May, they test-fired a ballistic missile from a sub. On December 3rd of last month, satellite images showed North Korea excavating a new tunnel at its main nuclear site used today. 8 days later, they claimed to have a hydrogen bomb, but no one believed that. Until today, when they claimed to have detonated that device. Well, North Korea's nuclear provocation sparking reaction on the campaign trail. Hillary Clinton issuing a statement and facing fire from Republican rivals. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry, live in Henderson, Nevada. So, Ed, we're getting new reaction now from Clinton on North Korea, but might this come back to haunt her, and in what way?
Well, you're right, Gretch, because foreign policy was supposed to be a strength for Hillary Clinton. She is now scrambling after this potential nuclear test because her national security credentials are under fire. She served under President Obama, obviously, as Secretary of State. She's just put out a statement, as you noted, defending the fact that she was a critical part of the president's so-called pivot to Asia. She says China needs to do a lot more here to push back against North Korea. She goes on in the statement to say, quote, threats like this are yet another reminder of what's at stake in this election. We need a commander-in-chief with the experience and judgment to deal with a dangerous North Korea on day one. Various Republican candidates out this hour saying they agree with Clinton, but that she is not the candidate to fill that role. Listen.
Why does Kim Jong-un in North Korea, a crazy nutcase, and that's a technical term, have nuclear weapons? Because of the failures of the Clinton administration, where the Clinton administration led the world in relaxing sanctions against North Korea.
She does not want to talk about the fact that she has gotten every single foreign policy challenge wrong, from Russia to Syria to Libya to Iraq to North Korea, as we were reminded today.
So Hillary Clinton still dominating the national polls among Democrats, but these foreign policy crises that keep popping up, one of the great unknowns in a potential general election if she gets the nomination, Gretchen.
No doubt. Okay. Is there a civil war brewing between Bernie and Hillary?
Well, Gretchen, what's interesting is you hear the media spending a lot of time talking about the fissures within the Republican Party, and they are there, no doubt. But you also have the fact that Bernie Sanders just yesterday was there in New York, near you, blasting Hillary Clinton on her coziness with Wall Street. Hillary Clinton firing back that she's more experienced than Bernie Sanders. And then last night on MSNBC, she was pressed by Chris Matthews on what's the difference between a socialist and a Democrat, and stumbled. Watch.
You'd have to ask.
Well, see, I'm asking you. You're a Democrat. He's a socialist. Would you like somebody to call you a socialist? I wouldn't like somebody calling me a socialist.
But I'm not one.
Okay, well, what's the difference between a socialist and a Democrat? Last question.
I can tell you what I am. I am a progressive Democrat.
She went on to say a progressive Democrat who can get things done. Again, playing the experience card. But remember, in 2008, she did that against another liberal upstart. It didn't work out, despite talking a lot about 3 a.m. phone calls and experience, Gretchen.
Well, somebody actually should give the definition of a socialist so that the rest of the American public can know more about it. All right, Ed Henry, thank you.